Okay. So today we'll be discussing on search engines. In our previous class, we have seen the general overview of research and how the necessary skills that's needed to be acquired for a successful research journey. So one of the tools that provides support for every researcher is search engine. So we're going to look into this today. And in our next class, we'll be focusing on those that are specific for academic activities. So at the end of today's section, you should be able to describe search engine and how it works. You should be able to list examples and classifications of search engines. You should be able to identify search engines with research data. You should be able to use Google Dataset search engine. You should be able to discuss World Wide Web, domain names, as well as web browsers. You should be able to highlight the significance of domain names to researchers. You should be able to explain the importance of search engine. You should be able to develop electronic search skills. And of course, finally, we're going to go through the steps for installing SPSS. So these, among others, are what you should be able to do at the end of today's section. So without any further delay, let's get started. Now, what is search engine? Before we go into what search engine really is, before now, if you want to carry out any form of research, all we need to do is that, yes, you need to first check what researchers have done in that particular area. And how do you get this information? You check publications, you check theses, you check papers, and the likes. Now, those papers were not available and were not easily accessible as at then, before this issue of IT comes to play. As a matter of fact, you may have to travel to another state, another city, another country, just to get a piece of information. But with the help of these IT tools, you don't need to travel anymore. You don't need to spend your time on the journey. You can easily get access to whatever kind of information you need from the comfort of your home or offices. So one of the IT tools that provide us with this kind of support is known as search engine. So search engine refers to a huge database of internet resources, such as web pages, news groups, programs, and images. It helps to locate information on the World Wide Web. It does this with the help of three components. The first is the web crawler, which is known as spider or bots. This web crawler traverses the web to gather whatever information we are searching on this search engine. It also has another very important component known as database, where all the information on the web is stored. And we have the search interface, which is the interface that user interacts with, where we type in our keyword or our search phrase. So these three components are what actually made up a search engine. We have hundreds of them around now, but these are just some of the prominent ones. We have Lycos, we have Bing, we have Axe.com, we have Wolfram Alpha, we have Yahoo, we have Baidu, we have Wow, Yandex, Chacha, Excite, Help, Google, and the likes. Some of these search engines are AI-powered, that they can even generate certain text for you, but you need to explore. And I think Wolfram Alpha has been upgraded to support this AI of a thing. So you may have to explore to see how this actually works. No voice? I thought you can hear me. Hello? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Then what happened? You said no voice. How come no voice? So you may need to check your connection, please. Please check your connection, check your audio settings. Or probably you can go out of the meeting and rejoin. Please check your audio settings. Definitely it's not from my side because others can hear me. So, as I was saying, these are just some of the search engines that you can always explore to see how they can actually support your journey. Basically, they only provide you with information, they provide you with resources such as books, research papers, and some also provide you with research data sets, which we'll be looking at very soon. So now, some of these search engines actually, depending on the kind of data you are looking for, okay, if you're looking for images, for example, some of the search engines you can look at is Google Image Search, Yahoo Search, Flickr, Left Search, Ask.com, and so on. If you're talking about music, you can look at Lost.fm, Pandora, Jogly, iLike, Zonza, and many others. If you're talking about videos, YouTube, AOL Video, MySpace, Yahoo Video, Google Video. Health, WebMD, Everyday Health, Mayo Clinic, Medicine Net, Revolution Health. Shopping, you can look at BizRate, Nextag, Shopzilla, Smarter, Yahoo Shopping. Local, Caldita, Yahoo Local, City Search, Yelp, Insider Pages, White Pages. Cooking, all recipes, craftfood.com, cooks.com, Epicurus. For finance, look at Forbes, Yahoo Finance, CNN Money, MSN Money, and MarketWatch, and a few others. Then for jobs, we have Monster, Career Builder, Yahoo Job, Indeed, Simply Hired, and other related search engines. So what I'm trying to say here is that there are a lot of some search engines are tailored to certain kind of data sets. Okay, some search engines are tailored to certain types of data sets. So it will be more appropriate or easier for you or even faster for you to go assess those kind of data sets, those kind of search engines, depending on your kind of, let's say you want a particular data set. Now, just go straight to the search engine that is responsible for that provide those kind of data sets. Then it will make your search actually faster. Okay, so these are just some of them. We have hundreds of them. Now, also, one of the most difficult or time-consuming aspects of your research journey is data collection. Majority of the research you'll be doing are data-driven, like what I mentioned in the last class. So meaning that you have to collect certain data and you have to run some kind of analysis and probably to generate certain model or to prove certain theory. So as a result of that, at the point of data collection, it may be it's always time consuming because you have to allocate at least relatively reasonable time for data collection. But you have to understand that depending on the complexity of your research work, some of your respondents may not be available. Some may even collect your survey and never fill up. You may have to be doing all sorts of follow-up before you get a single response. So data collection is always kind of time-consuming. Now, there are some search engines that provide us with already collected data. already collected data set. So all you need to do, explore these platforms and see whether they have the kind of data set you want to collect for your research work. If you can find any of related data sets on this platform, then it will speed up your process. Now, the only challenge you may be thinking about here is that whether it's free or not. Some of them are free, some of them are available for free, while some are not. So you may have to pay. That's the only challenge that you may be considering or that you may face when you're trying to use any of these platforms. Okay, and one of them is Google. Google data set search. So here, all you need to do is just search for whatever, put in certain keywords that relate with your research area. Then I'm going to give you some suggestions. So any of those suggestions, whichever one that goes in line with what you want, just press enter, and it's going to display all the available data sets for that particular research work or research area. You can also check Microsoft Research Open Data. You can also check Amazon dataset. You can check UCI Machine Learning Repository. You can check government datasets from data.gov. And one of the latest one is IEEE data ports. One of the beauty of this particular one is that it even allows you to even upload your own data sets on that platform. That is, you can also contribute. And also some of the data you are giving, some of them, they also pay for you uploading your data set on their platform. For some, depending on how sensitive the data set is and how useful it is. But in any case, all these platforms provide you with all sorts of data sets. Some are available for free, some you have to pay. So you may have to check after you have identified the kind of data set you need for your research. Then, while planning on how to collect your data, then you can also check all these platforms to see whether someone has already collected the data and they have already put it there, maybe for their own research, and they are done. They just feel like it's going to be useful for other researchers, and they decide to make it available and accessible for other researchers. So if that is the case, if you find any that goes in line with your research work, it will speed up your research journey, meaning that you finish earlier than you planned. But if you could not find any, then you have to build yours. You have to go to the field yourself and collect your data. So if you take this Google data set, for example, all of them follow the same procedure. All you need to do, just open your browser and type the name. You can type the name, whether you want to go for Microsoft Research Open Data, just copy this and paste it on your browser. Then you are going to see the link. Just click on the link and follow the instructions. And any of same goes to with all the other options that were displayed. But for example, this Google's data set search, just copy this and paste it on your browser, and that will take you to the Google page, and you're going to see all the lists, some links. So the first one, in most cases, so when you click on the first one, that will open this particular data set interface for you. So here, you can enter the kind of research you are trying to do. So in my own case, I said COVID-19 impact on construction in Malaysia. So I'm doing a research in that area, and I want to see whether I can get some data sets in that regard. So I enter that and I press enter. So once I hit the enter or click on this search button, then all this list will be generated. So as at when this was done, I have about 34 different data sets as my result. So in here, the first one is COVID-19 impact on construction in Malaysia, which actually goes straight with my search criteria or my search string. Then I also have construction in Malaysia, key trends and opportunities. I have Malaysia loan supply SME, DFL construction in Malaysia, key trend and opportunity, and so on. So just scroll down, you'll see more. So now in my case, since this one goes in line with what I want exactly, click on it, and it was uploaded on 30th of April, year 2020. So when you click on this, you're going to see the title here. If you want to explore, you can explore the data, click on this. Then among the details you'll be seeing here is that the date it was uploaded, the data set provided by the name of the provider, authors of the provider, then license, then the period data set covered. So it covered between 2020 to 2024. So meaning that even if I want to do a research in this area now, this data set can still be used. An area covered is Asia Pacific. So if I want to do any kind of research in this area and focusing Malaysia or any part of the area Pacific countries, then I can state this is a good data set for me to use. So because the period covered is still very much relevant, this 2020 to 2024, and we're still in 2023. Okay, so if I'm okay, then all you need to do, just click on this, and from there, you can straight away download the dataset. If it is available for free, but if it's not available for free, you are going to see the screen. I mean the cost and the procedure on how to pay. The another thing you can do is that after you have seen the result here, you can click on this button called free, so that only the free data set will be displayed, because this will filter out the paid data set once you click on this button. Okay, so that is how to use dataset, Google dataset search. And if you cannot paste this, if you cannot paste Google dataset on your browser, you can straight away just copy this link and paste it on your browser, and that will straight away bring you to this interface. Okay, so that is how to search for already collected data sets. This is very important because it will speed up your research work. Now, we want to mention domain names. Domain names is very important, and this is actually the symbolic string associated with an IP address. There are several domain names available. Some are generic, such as .com, .edu, .gov, .net, and so on. While some are country level, such as .my, .au, .in, and so on. And what does this actually mean? Whenever you see .edu, that is an education or educational entity. Whenever you see .com, that's a commercial firm. Whenever you see .gov, that's a government agency. Whenever you see .mil, that's for military. Whenever you see .org, that's a non-commercial organization or non-governmental organization. Whenever you see .net, that's a community network. INT, international organizations. You can also have some that may be state or country domain names. So you can have something like yahoo.uk. Whenever you see your UK, that means that comes from that particular region. .ca, Canada. .my, Malaysia. ca.us, this California, USA. You can have some that are .info, .biz, .name, .pro, .museum, .aero, .coop, then keys.us. Now, what does this domain name actually signifies? They signifies the source of the material you are trying to access. Okay, so let me give you this from the next slide. Now, for example, if you search for a particular paper, let's say you search for a paper, let's say you check on Google Scholar. Google Scholar is one of the search engines. So one of the results displayed is beyond the digital divide in Canadian schools, from access to competency in the use of information technology. So when you look at this, when you check this place, you see that PDF semanticscholar.org. And actually, the publisher is SEG Publication. So journal.seg.com. This is a commercial entity. But the platform that is making it available for you to access is actually Semantic Scholar. semasticcollar.org. This is a non-governmental agency. So whenever you see this kind of domain, it tells you the source of the material, the source of the research, or the source, if it is table, the source of the table, if it is a research paper like this one now, or article, this is telling you that this particular paper can be found on a non-government organization, NGO, non-governmental organization whose name is semasticcollar.org. Whenever you see, you may see some as .com. Okay, that means that that particular entity is a commercial entity, it's a business entity. Atlantis-press.com, another business or commercial. NIH.gov, this is a governmental entity or agency. Okay, and ES may be a state, can be company, can be depending on what ES really means. So depending on the domain. So this domain tells us actually the source of whatever material we are seeing or material that the search engine has returned to us. Okay. Now we have what is called web browsers. Without the web browser, there's no how we can have access to all these materials. Okay, web browser is an application that allows us to view and explore information on the web. User can request for any web page by entering a URL into the address bar of their system. Every computer comes with a web browser. So you can, now depending on your choice, in some cases, some people may say that, oh, Edge is my favorite. Some may say that Google Chrome is my favorite. Some can say that I like Firefox. Some can say that I like Safari, depending on your, of course, if you're using, it also depends on the kind of system you're using. Okay, if you're using systems that are not Windows, like let's say you are using Mac, you are using Linux, then you need to install, or they always come with their own compatible browsers. But for Windows systems, of course, Google Chrome is available, Firefox is available, Opera is available, Edge is available, and many others. All these web browsers do the same thing. What do? They allow us to view and explore information on the web, irrespective of whichever one you're using. They all give access to all these platforms. They all give access to all these online resources. So before you can have access to any of these papers, any of these research data sets, you must go through this web browser. Now, difference between web browser and search engine is that a browser is your access to the internet. A search engine allows you to search or browse through the internet once you have access, just like a car at a road. Without a road, you cannot drive. And even if you have a road, you still need a car to drive, to navigate around. So a browser is your access to the internet. So without the browser, you cannot use your search engine. Because it's after you open the browser, that's where you open the search engine, you navigate to the page, the interface of the search engine. Then from there, you can now search for whatever information that you want. So you have to use a browser to get to a search engine. Okay? And of course, we have other search engines such as Alta Vista, AOL, ArcGIS, AT&T WordNet, and many others. So depending on whichever one you want, or they're providing with you what information that you need. Now, why do we actually need search engine? This question goes back to where we started from. Those days, to get access to information is difficult. And what contributes or what constitutes the foundation or a strong foundation of a good research is your knowledge, your deep knowledge of the subject. So how do you get this knowledge? How do you acquire this knowledge? You have to know what people have done. You have to understand what is going on in the system, in the field. And how do you get this? You have to explore to know what the other researchers are doing or have done. And if you don't have access to all this paper, if you don't have access to all these theses, then how do you want to know? It's not possible. So search engine provide us access to majority of these materials. So that is why it really helps research scholar, or it is always advisable for research scholars to actually know how to work with search engines. So if you look at this picture, this guy here is a researcher, he's a research scholar, and of course, what is making here is actually the data is getting from the cloud. Okay, that is where the information is actually stored. And of course, the data will have to be stored somewhere. For example, let's say what is getting here are like research papers, publications. Then in that case, you need to have, let's say you have your reference, your Mendeley reference. Your Mendeley reference may be the one that will manage whatever you have gotten from here. So in this case, this may be your Mendeley reference manager. Okay. Now, the question now is that what can I do to reach my goal after I've gotten all these materials, or how? Or to get the proper data, or to get proper reference? The question is very simple. The answer is very simple. You need to check the existing literatures. And when I say checking the existing literature, I don't mean you going from library to library and be reading hard copy of papers, hard copy of thesis. If you do that, you get tired easily. Because there's no how you can do it. You cannot read up to 100 papers in a day, physically. But there's every possibility that you can actually read more paper online in a day. Because the time you'll be spending to be standing, to be checking from one catalog to another, then if you sit on your computer and search, the computer will even give you, the search engine will even give you more accurate results. So in terms of efficiency, search engine is better than you going to the library manually to search for materials. Yeah, I know that there are some materials that you can only get in the library physically, yes, it's fine. But that is case by case, that's in a certain situation. But generally, search engine provide with every kind of information and to be specific according to your search. So the correct answer to reach your goal, to get the proper data and to get proper references or relevant references, just check what is happening in the literatures as well as make use of the technologies that are available for this purpose. Once you make use of these things, then definitely you'll get all the necessary information and knowledge that are required for your journey. Now, what are the importance of this search engine? Again, in summary, one, why do researchers love to learn the search engine? It's very fast. Like I said just now, you cannot, if you were to the physical library, you go there, you check from one catalog to another, check, carry like 20 books, go to your table. Before you check through all the table, the time has already gone. Then at the end of the day, you have to return, or you borrow some books in the book home. The time you take from the library to your home can be used to do something else if you're actually using the online platform. So, but when it comes to the search engine, you can just enter your search phrase and press enter, and in few seconds, all the related materials will be displayed on your desktop, on your screen. It's not left for you to be navigating through each and every one of them, depending on what you need. It gives you huge amount of resources. Take for example, let's say Google Scholar now, for example, or even Google itself. It will give you millions of results. within few seconds. And in most cases, the most relevant results are always within the first page. Why? Because the search engine will rank the return results according to relevancy. And point 4, I've never heard anybody saying that they have to go and learn how to use a search engine before they can use it. Because the interface is always very simple. It doesn't come with a complex design. So it is simple to use for everybody. It is easy to use for everybody. So anybody that opened the page can easily know, okay, this is what's supposed to be done here, this is what's supposed to be done, and it is self-explanatory. And finally, you don't have to pay any amount of money before you can use any search engine. It is absolutely free. So these are the few points that actually makes it relevant to researchers. Now, let's take Google, for example. Google is one of the most prominent search engines. Whenever you're using this platform, there are a few things you have to keep in mind. One, individual articles may not be a web page. So sometimes when you search for a material and you click on that link, you don't expect that link to open as a web page at all times. Sometimes it may open as a PDF. It may also open as a blog. Okay, of course, blog is a web page, but sometimes it may open as a docs. It may even download straight away to your system. That doesn't mean that the paper is not genuine. Concentrate more on the contents. Articles may be behind a firewall, meaning that when you try to open a particular research, when you click on particular results, it may tell you that you need to allow or deny before you can have access to that particular article. That is because a firewall has been configured for that particular article. That is also possible. So that doesn't mean that that particular material is not relevant or is fake. Okay? Then you also need to remember that Google will always give you a sheer amount of results. Millions of results. You are not expected to go through all, but the only thing you can do to help yourself is just to filter out. You may decide to filter within certain range of years, or within certain keywords, or using a particular author name. The choice is yours. Well, I'm going to walk you through all this later. Then always remember that the top results are mostly the best or relevant results, because the search engine will actually rank them according to the closeness to what you have searched, what you have entered into the search text box. Okay, so these are some of the things, some of the points you need to remember whenever you are using Google to search for articles or research material. Also, there are some electronic search skills that you need to know whenever you are using this search engine. First of all, you need to think about the context. You need to think about the context. Context is very important. We are talking about information system, for example. Information system in health sciences, or information system in this military, or information system in business management, and so on. It is still information system, but in what context? You have to be specific. Another example, let's say elephant tusk. Context could be ecology. Context could be laws. Context could be medicine. Context could be arts, and so many others. So you have to focus. You have to know in what context are you making a particular search? That will allow you to narrow down your scope. Okay? Remember, your research has to be specific. Whatever you're trying to contribute, whatever problem you're trying to solve must be specific. It cannot be too ambiguous. When it is too ambiguous, then at the end of the day, the research will not be doable. You have to be specific. You have to make sure, okay, this is what I want to solve. Pim, just focus on it, or focus on that particular part, finish it up and complete it. That's all. Submit. So context is the first thing you have to remember. Okay, I want to do something. Okay, in what context? So once you focus on that, it will allow you to have a specific direction. Now, you need to know how to use Boolean search strategy. And this is because some search engines allow you to customize. Remember, I mentioned earlier that let's take Google, for example. For Google, you can, when you search for something, it's going to give you like millions of results within a few seconds. You are not expected to go through all those millions of results, right? One after the other. No. But what you can do is that you can filter the results. You can either filter by name, or you may decide to say, okay, well, instead of having this long result, I want a result within year 2020 and year 2023, or year 2021 and year 2023. And that will reduce the number of results that is displayed on your screen. Yes, that may be kind of straightforward on Google Play or through the advanced page or advanced panel. That's fine. But there are some search engines that you may have to write this yourself. So you may need to learn how to use the concept of and, or, and not. So what is the implication of this? If you are using and, for example, let's say you want to search for politics and media. That means it will give you results that include both politics and media in them. So the research that will be displayed will be research that has to do with politics and media. If you're talking about children and poverty, it's going to give you the results, the research work that discuss on children as well as poverty. If you want to check for Civil War and Virginia, so it's going to give you a result that comprises both. That is what and concept is all about. All concepts. So for example, when I say you check for law enforcement or police, this will include results of one or both terms. So meaning that the research that has to do with only law enforcement and research that has to do with only police and research that has to do with both police and law enforcement will all be combined and be displayed for you. Labor or labor. The research that has to do with labor of BOR and research that has to do with labor of BOUR and research that has to do with both spellings will all be combined and displayed for you. The 60s or 60s. So whatever research that has to do with or that has this in them, okay, that has these terms or these keywords in them will be displayed. Now, on the concept of not, is a bit different. Civil War, not America. So meaning that it's going to display the results, it's going to display the research works that has Civil War, but doesn't have anything to do with American. Caribbean, not Cuba. It will return results that has to do with Caribbean, but has nothing to do with Cuba. Therapy, not physical. It's going to return a result that has to do with therapy, but has nothing to do with physical. So this is how this three concept works. Now, another example on this, apple and grain. This will give you results that will contain both apple and grain. dog or canine. This will give results that contains either dog or canine or both. Football, not soccer. You will get a result that contain only football, not soccer. The result that contains soccer will be dropped, will be filtered out. Only the search word that has to do with football will be displayed on your screen. So that is how these search strategies work. So if you are trying to filter out certain things from the kind of result, or you are trying to reduce that sheer amount of result that is displayed on your screen, then these are the strategy that you can actually use to do that. And at the end of the day, you now realize that you have more specific results that deals with what you're actually looking for. Instead of you to just be reading all blah, 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 and now be filtering out yourself, with the help of this, you can actually have more accurate results. Now, also, you need to know how to apply filter, okay, to be more specific and avoid a large amount of research results. Filter your results by using whether auto, in title, or restrict by date. So if you have a specific author, because there are some authors that are prominent in certain areas, so you can enter their name, then only the papers that are related or that are attached or that have something to do with that author will be displayed. So as a result of that, you will have a limited number of results. So you can easily now go through them, then read whatever you want to read and share whether you get whatever information that interests you in any of the research work. Then in title, you may want to search for a specific phrase, or you want the phrase to be available or to be displayed or to be included inside the title of the research work. Let's say, for example, I want to search for something on football. So I'm going to put that word football in its place whereby I want it to only appear. I want to see all the papers that have mentioned football in their title. All the research that have mentioned football in their title, then I'm going to put that football in that space of in title under the advanced search, which I will be showing you later. So once I put that football in that in title position, then our text box, then all the results that will be displayed on my screen will have that word football in their title. So any title that doesn't have football will be excluded. So you can also filter by date. Like I mentioned earlier, you may want to search between the year 2020 and year 2023. You may want to search between year 2022 and year 2023, and so on. So with this, these are how you can filter out, these are how you can reduce the number of results that will be displayed on your screen. You are not expected to go through all those millions of results. But with the help of this filtering, it will help you to get more accurate results. Then you can be focused, you can be specific, you can have direction of where you are going. Okay? Now, another skill that you need to have is that you need to practice more for success and accuracy. Remember, research is a skill. And when it comes to research skill, you have to repeat, continue. You have to do it continuously. You have to continue doing it over and over for you to master the skill. So one of the things you need to do, search multiple search engines simultaneously. Don't just rely on a particular, just only one source. If you really want to grow your knowledge. Okay? So if you really want to grow your knowledge, try to search multiple search engines. So find sites that answer natural language questions. Not those ones that you have to you have to translate before you can get whatever material from them. Because if you are going to translate, sometimes the translation may be wrong, especially if it is AI. It may not be, I'm not saying it may be completely wrong, but it may not be as accurate as you expected. So, but when you go for a natural language site, then it's okay. Rank site by the amount of links they return. I was referring to Google now because most people use Google. And that's why it continues to bring millions of results within a few seconds. So sites that doesn't provide with much results, that means such site is not really patronized by researchers. So, but site that give you huge amount of resources, each amount of results, then that shows that a lot of people are actually using that site. Then sort return results into your favorites or folder by categories. So whenever you are downloading your materials from there, make sure that you create a collection or groups for those material in your reference manager. Otherwise, you will not be able to manage it well at the end of the day. Remember, as you progress, you'll be dealing with more files, more papers. So if you don't manage it well from the very beginning, and to get to a point, you will have come across a particular information. You will now be thinking, oh, where did I get it from? Because you didn't manage it properly. You don't know where the paper is again. You've already lost the paper. So you need to make sure that you create a collection, label them properly, then you put them where they're supposed to be. So that whenever you need that information, just click on it, take it straight where it was located when you were working on that particular maybe chapter or section. Then, of course, apply advanced searching features. That is where you can actually search either by name of the author, or you want to search for research that has a particular keyword, like what I said earlier, whereby I was giving an example of football. So if I want to search for research works that has to do with football, and they have that word football on their research title, then you can do that on the advanced searching panel. Okay, so learn how to use advanced searching features. So these are what you need to do in order for you to improve your success and accuracy. Then you also need to identify open sources. Some sources are paid, some are open, some are, so before you can have access to some certain information, you may need to subscribe. Some you may need to sign up. Some you may need to subscribe, sign up, and pay. So commercial databases that charge a fee in the library research database for periodical articles. So you may need to identify that, okay, this particular database is there, but do you get your material there? If it is there, then you can check whether those kind of database has already been subscribed by the university. If they have been subscribed by the university, then you can go to the university and access their materials. Then from there, you can get the resources. Just for like those who are in medical now or health sciences, there is a clinical key, okay, that provide with all sorts of materials in health sciences area. So that kind of database is not for free, but university have already subscribed. So you can go to the university, then you can actually have access to it and check for whatever materials that they have that goes in line with you or that can help you to broaden your knowledge in your area of research. Then you should be able to identify sites that require membership or a login before you can access their material. There are some sites like that. There are some search engines like that. There's searchable pages such as catalog, phone books, or directories. So you need to be able to identify all these areas, all these components, all these items in order for you to be able to search or know where to search for certain information or material. while searching, make sure you be precise in your search. Be precise, be accurate, don't be too general, be specific. So think critically about the information you find, or information that is being reported in the paper you are reading, the research paper you are reading. Always remember that anybody can publish anything on the web. Anybody can publish anything on the web. There are no editors and no central authorities or regulating bodies that check all these things before they go viral or before they are published. And that is why we have all sorts of fake websites nowadays for academic papers. So it is your responsibility as a scholar to be able to distinguish between the real research outlet and the fake one. Also, whenever you visit a website, there are no guarantee that the site you visited today will be there in your next visit. Due to some of those websites may give you solid information, may give you genuine information. But for some reasons, when you go back to that site, maybe the domain have been taken down. So as a result of that, you don't know, but you have already reported that you got some information from that website, right? And when your examiner is checking that link, the link will not be found. So that is why whenever you check for such websites, you need to make sure that you record the date and time you access that particular information in your list of references. So that even when your examiner check and the information is nowhere to be found, they will know that probably it was available when you checked, but now it has been taken down. Okay, so those are the things you need to put into consideration. Then another thing is be a questionnaire researcher. Okay, the first question you should ask yourself whenever you come across any information or any material online is, who is the author or sponsor? Is it a body or is it an individual? Is it a body that can be trusted or a body with questionable character? What authority or expertise do they have to publish such information or publish such research work or publish such data? What is the purpose or scope of the information or of the page? Is it current? When was it last updated? How complete and accurate is the information? Does it have a bias? You have to read all this with open mind. Okay, so then how usable is it? Does the link work? Some of them may have some links to prove that, okay, this is where the evidences come from. So when you click on that evidence, is it really working? Just yesterday, somebody gave me a journal link. Sorry, sometime last week. I didn't do it last week. So I submitted the paper to that journal link. So I got the feedback yesterday that the paper has been published, has been accepted for publication. So when I check, I just try to check the journal again. The journal website, the link that was given to me is working. And they claim that this journal is Scopus Index. So I went straight to Scopus platform to search for the journal name. I saw the similar name of that journal on that Scopus platform. Ordinarily, you can say that, okay, yes, then that journal can be trusted, fine. But when I click on the journal name on Scopus, it opens a particular page for me. So when the page opened, then I tried to click on the link that should take me to the page, to the home page of the journal. Then the link was not working on Scopus. But when I click on the link, when I search for the journal itself, it's working. So meaning that something is not just right somewhere. Yes, the journal is indexed in Scopus, but the link that's supposed to take me to the page from the Scopus platform is not working. But the journal itself is working. So two things. One, maybe there are some technical issues. That is fine. Probably they're trying to resolve. And secondly, someone from nowhere can just go and mirror the website and create something like that. And from there, they may continue to use to exploit researchers. So because once you check for the name on Scopus, you've seen the name, you say, oh, this journal is Scopus index. But the journal you're actually looking at has nothing to do with the journal that is actually indexed on Scopus. It's just a copied. It's a duplicated version of what is actually on the website, on the Scopus platform. So you need to ask questions. You need to make sure that whatever information you are getting is accurate as much as you can. Remember, your research work is not based on opinion. It is based on evidences. It is a fact. It is fact. And whatever you call a fact must have a traceable evidence. And this is how you build your evidences. And this is, imagine after you have gone through all this, somebody now tell you that your claim is wrong. If you have gone through all this, and someone tell you that you're claiming, you have a lot of evidences to give to prove that this is right, and these are your list of evidences. Now, another thing you need to make sure you have is make sure you be a critical researcher. Examine assumptions and possible biases. Whenever you see somebody say that, make a claim, if they make a claim without supporting it with evidences, it's just a mere opinion. And anybody can give opinion. An opinion doesn't count when it comes to research. The only thing that counts when it comes to research is facts. And facts are claims that can be supported or that are supported with traceable evidences. So distinguish between fact and opinion. Whenever you see a claim that has a particular evidence in terms of citation, and you check that citation, you see that, okay, this citation is actually available and it actually discusses what the author has reported, then you can also believe it. That's a fact because you already have evidence. But a situation whereby there's no evidence to show for it, that's just a mere opinion. An opinion cannot be taken seriously when it comes to the issue of research. So compare and contrast little pieces of information from other sources, such as printed version as well as online version, and use bookmarks and favorites. You cannot download everything. I mean, for example, links now, websites. You cannot download, you can keep track, but it's better for you to just bookmarks them or favorite them so that whenever you need the information, just go back to your list of bookmarks that you can search for whatever page you have actually visited before for that particular information. Another point is be a careful researcher. Be a careful researcher. You must make sure that you are always stay at alert. Make sure you are alerted at every time. So pay attention to details. Not everything you see online that you believe. Not every research work you see that you believe. So you need to make sure that it is proven and it is supported with relevant and accurate evidences or substantive evidences. So phishing scam spread online easily. Anybody can publish anything online. And once you believe whatever you see online, then you may actually fall a victim of those vices that could happen to these online criminals or perpetrated by these online criminals. So pay attention to details and make sure you ask questions before you take any action. Don't use your credit card details unless you are assured of a secure payment system. For example, you want to subscribe for a service or you want to subscribe for a particular software. Make sure you are in the correct domain before you decide to even use your credit card details, because you may actually be entering your details into a malicious site. And once that is done, it will be easier for them to swipe out all your money. Don't download unfamiliar software. Remember, I mentioned it to you last week. I'll be giving you another installation procedure for SPSS today. Make sure you follow the instruction the way it is written on the slide. Don't go and look, for example, now you want to install SPSS. Don't go to your Google and just type SPSS, download SPSS. If you do that, you may be downloading virus to your computer. Follow the instructions stated on the slide. So if you don't know a particular software, you don't know the source, make sure that you don't just download any kind of software. It could be dangerous. And this also happened to those who use antivirus softwares, especially free version. Make sure that the antivirus software is genuine and is real. Don't go and download a virus that disguises as antivirus for you. Even though we know that there's always some element of viruses in every antivirus. So, but at least if you have a genuine one, a paid one, you are still safe to some extent. Then don't give out personal information in whatever the situation. Don't give out personal information. Even if you need to subscribe for a service, it's always good for you to create, you can create an email ID, a free email ID, a particular email ID for this kind of purpose. So you don't need to use your business email ID or your official email ID to subscribe for any form of service. Just create a particular email ID for this purpose, for signing up for a particular service. If you want to join a particular group, okay, or forum, make sure you don't use your business email ID for this kind of purpose, because you don't know who the admins are. Okay, internet is very dangerous, as we can get genuine information and materials to assist us in our research journey. We can also fall a victim of those guys that are there to exploit researchers. So be very, very careful. Don't ever give your personal details out. Lastly, always get a complete knowledge or information of whatever you want to do. Always get a complete knowledge or information or plan of whatever you want to do. I'm not saying that you must know everything in details, because research will uncover a lot of knowledge for you as you proceed. Okay, but in a situation whereby you don't know, you don't even have the vision, you cannot visualize how your research work will go, and you cannot visualize the kind of end results you are anticipating, then in that case, you have to sit back and replan, restructure, go back and choose something that is doable. Because even when you are appointed the supervisor, your supervisor will assume that you know what you wanted to do. Your supervisor will assume that you already understand the concept. They will only guide you through the research area, even if the research, wherever the supervisor come from, whether it's from your own country, whether it's from here, anywhere, they will always believe that you already understand your concept. So it's not you that will tell them, okay, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to achieve. Then they will now guide you, okay, this is how, if you want to achieve that, this is how to do it when it comes to research work. So make sure you have a complete plan of how you want your work to go and the flow and what you are trying to achieve before you embark on the journey. Because once you embark on the journey without a clear picture of what you're trying to achieve, at the end of the day, you may not complete that journey. You may never complete that journey because you don't have clear picture of where you're going. You only have the idea, okay, if I do this, okay, if you do this, to achieve what? You must have a destination and you must visualize how you are going to navigate to that destination. If you don't have those things, then if you start a journey, you realize that at the end of the day, you are not going to anywhere. You are not heading to anywhere. So sit back, take your time, relax, take your time and think. Read more papers. Read research papers, read research articles on what people have done and look at their suggestion for future research section. If some of them are interesting to you, pick them up. Then think of how that end result will look like. Then from there, once you have the idea of what you want to achieve, then the next thing is how to work towards it to achieve it. Then you have a proper plan. But if you don't have a complete plan, I don't advise you to embark on a journey that you don't have a complete plan on how to finish it up. And especially for those who doesn't even have what they want to achieve, because contribution is very important. It's essential when it comes to PhD work. You must have a contribution. And your contribution must have some element of novelty. It cannot be what other people have done completely. It may be an improvement. It's fine. It may be something that someone have done, but you improve upon it. It's okay. That improvement you have made is what will be your own contribution to the body of knowledge. But if you don't have all those things, they will tell you that you only repeated what that particular author has done or that particular researcher has done. And if that happens, they will tell you have not done anything. So make sure you get a clear picture of what you want to do and get it right. Set your goal right. Set your goal correctly from the very beginning. Then you can proceed. Okay, so I think that is the final point. Now, in our previous class, I've already shown you, I've given you the steps on how to install Mendeley. So today, I will walk you through the procedure of how to install SPSS. Let's get all these tools ready before we get to the stage when we'll be needing them. So for SPSS, this is the software we'll be using for statistical analysis, starting from our sixth week onwards. But try to install it as soon as possible. Now, to install SPSS on your system, especially if you're using Windows, because I'll be using Windows for the illustration. So basically, this is how the interface looks. So at the end of the day, this is what you will be getting after you have done the installation correctly. Excuse me. So now the first thing you need to do, go to this link. Remember what I said earlier? I did not say search for SPSS, statistical software. I did not say go to Google, type SPSS. I said go to this link. So just copy this link and paste it on your browser and press enter key. Or you can place your cursor on the link, press the control button and press enter. That will open the link directly on your browser. So don't go and search for IBM SPSS statistic version 2620 blah 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 on your browser. That will give you all sort of links, and some of those links are actually malicious. I will take you to a malicious website. So don't go and put your system at risk by following that particular method. So go to this link. Once you go to this link, once you open this link, that will bring you to this particular page. So once you get to this page, all you need to do is to scroll down. You scroll down, I come down to this place. Okay. If you want to see, they've already provided you with installation guide here, so you can check if you want. But if you don't want to do that, no problem. It's not a requirement. All you need to do is note this password 123. Note it. Okay. So what you need to do is just click on this download full setup. This is version 26.0 anyway. So you click on this. Once you click on this button, then the installation, the downloading will begin. Now, depending on the speed of your network will determine how fast this will be. So if your network is okay, then in less than 5 minutes to 10 minutes, this should be completed. But if your network is slow, then you'll be seeing something like 15 hours left, 8 hours left, 7 hours left, something like that. So eventually, once the download is complete, you see something like this. Please try to use Google. Google, Chrome. Try to use Chrome. Okay. So once you use Chrome, this is what you'll be seeing on your browser. So what you need to do, you see this up pointing arrow, click on it. Once you click on this up pointing arrow, you will see these options. So just click on show in folder. Once you click on show in folder, that will bring you here. This will bring you to the folder. So that will bring you here. This is the file that was downloaded now. It's a RAR file, RAR. So the next thing you need to do is to unzip this particular file. There are several methods to do this. In my case, I have 7-zip on my system. You may have a different, if you have a WinRAR, you can use WinRAR on your system. If you don't have a WinRAR, I don't have any of these tools, all you need to do, go to online. You can go to Google this time around and just search for download 7-zip. So once you install 7-zip on your computer, then once you come here, you right click, you're going to see 7-zip here. So you will see that 7-zip have a right pointing arrow that tells you that there are some menus under this particular 7-zip. So once you click on that arrow, these menus will open. So just click on extract here. So once you click on extract here, that will extract, that will tell you that, okay, please, you need to enter password. Remember the password I asked you to note earlier from the main page, which is 123. So just enter the 123 here and click OK. So once you click OK, the extraction will begin. So once the extraction is done, you should see something like this. So instead of having just only one file, you'll now be having 3 files, 1 folder and 1 text file with the password 123. Okay, so once that is done, the next thing is you double click on that folder, this folder. Okay, inside this folder, you're going to see another folder that has the same name of this folder. So you double click that one too. Okay, that's why if you look at this instruction, double click on IBM SPSS with the remaining whatever. Then you double click on IBM SPSS again. That's the second time because it has the same name. Then that should take you to the directory shown below, which is this particular directory. So inside this directory, you have 2 folders and 1 ISO file. So all you need to do here is to double click on this particular ISO file, which is SS client underscore 26.0 blah, blah, blah. So you double click on this. Once you double click on this, and you should see something like this. So inside it, you're going to have a window file. So that window, inside that window, you see these files. So before you go, the next thing you do, or if yours is not opening, you may need to just right click again and click on unzip. Once you click on unzip, then that will open, then you're going to see a window file. So double click on that window file, then you're going to see this kind of, this guy, all these files inside that particular window files. So before you start the installation, because this is the setup file now that you use to install this particular tool. So before you start this installation, when you click on this setup file, try to disable your Windows security and antivirus software. Once that is done, so in my case, I'm using Windows 11. So what I did was click on this up pointing arrow. Then this is my security. I click on this. Then I say change settings. Then I click on this real-time scanning. And this brought me here. So I turn this off. And it asks me for how long. I say for 60 minutes. And I click turn off. So when I say turn off, it becomes like this. Initially, it was turned off. Right now, the button has turned to turn on. Okay. So if you have any challenges in this particular area, let me know. Just take a picture, post it in the group, then we'll tell you, we'll guide you on what to do. Because majority, some of us may not be using Windows 11, right? So maybe some of us are using Windows 10, Windows whatever. So, or different version of Windows. So let us know. And if there's any issue, and if there's any how we can assist you in this regard, we'll try to assist you. Okay. So, but in any case, you just need to turn off your security for a while. Once that is done, you now go back to this folder and you double click on this guy. So once you double click on this guy, then this window will open. So once this window open, put your mouse on this install IBM SPSS 3626. So click on this guy. Once you click on this option, then this will open. So just click next. I can't link Mendeley with Word. You can't link Mendeley with Word. You didn't inform us in the group, right? You should have shown us what is going on in the group. You don't need to wait. You don't need to wait until this time before you raise this issue. I will come back to you. Okay, just hold on. Now, once you click on next, then this window will open. Just scroll down and just click on accept. Once click on accept, click next. So once you click next, that will take you to this particular window. Just say yes and say next. So once you click next, then it will bring you here again. Accept license again. Here also accept. Click next. Then say next. Now it's ready to do the installation. Just click next. So once it's click next, then here click install. Once you click install, the installation will begin. Within a few minutes, like a 2 or 3, the installation should be completed. So once it's done, you're going to see something like this. Start and click on, make sure this is checked, click finish. So once you click finish, you should see something like this. Okay, this page opens because you check this, which is okay. Okay, so once this happens, just click on cancel. But once you click on cancel, it will tell you, are you sure you want to exit the license organization wizard? Say yes. Click yes. So after you have done that, the next thing is you need to go to your Wi-Fi setting and turn it off for a while. So disconnect your internet connection or turn it off for a while. So also this, you can get this from your Wi-Fi icon, click on it and straight away come here to turn it off. So once that is done, go back to your folder, the IBM folder. Remember there is crack updates inside the same folder with the IBM _experience statistics blah 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 folder. So double click on the crack folder. So once you double click on the crack folder, this will open up. So you copy this file, this servrc file. You copy this file. Once you copy the file, then you search for SPSS from your search box. Then you're going to see something like this. So right click on remember that you have done the installation, right? So right click on the IBM SPSS, then you're going to see open file location. So click on open file location, and that will open this directory for you. So you go down to the last option, which is IBM SPSS 26, right click on this one again. It's a shortcut. So you're going to see another open file location. So click on open file location again for the second time. And this will open for you. Remember that you already copied this particular file earlier. So this file you copied earlier, just right click here and paste it inside this place. There is a file, there's another file inside this directory with the same name. Okay, and that is why your computer will pop up a message like this. The destination already has a file name, that same name of that file. So all you need to do is to replace that file in this destination. Click on replace the file in the destination. So the new file you copy now will replace the existing one. Okay, so once you click on this, then you are good to go. So the file will be pasted inside that directory. Then you can straight away close this. Once you close this, you can now launch your SPSS. So once you launch your SPSS, you should see something like this. So just close this particular alert page. It's just an alert. You don't need to worry about this. So close this alert. And once you close it, then you should see this particular page. What I mean by launching is that when you search for your SPSS this time around from here, just double click on it or just click on open. That's what I mean by launching. Okay. That is after you must have pasted this particular file inside this directory. Once you paste this file inside this directory, you can close this folder completely. Then as such, you can now launch your SPSS. Once you launch your SPSS, you can close this alert window. Once you close this alert window, then behind this alert window, then you see this particular Excel-like window or interface. Okay, and this is how, now you have your SPSS up and running on your computer. Okay, and this concludes the installation process. Okay, so in our next, later, maybe on the, I think, 6th or 7th week, that is what we'll be discussing on statistical analysis. And later, I think 8th or 9th week, that's what we'll be working on SPSS. But please try to set up all these tools before we get to that stage at all, so that if you face any issue now, we'll address them now before we get there. When we get there, when you're understanding that we have this, we have that, we may not really have time for you to come to your rescue at that stage. So try as much as possible to do all the installation now. And for you saying now that you have issue with your Mendeley, please, whenever you have issue on your installation, don't wait until the next class. Okay, don't wait until the next class before you now start saying that you have this, you have that. We may not really have enough time to address your problem. Whenever you have issues, before, make sure you address, you test, try whatever we have done, create time for yourself. Like I said earlier in the last class, create time for yourself. If it is 1 hour, 2 hours in a day, make sure you are consistent with it. Okay? Create time for yourself and make sure you address all these things so that if you face any issue, it will not be a last-minute thing. Okay, when you're coming last minute, we may have other things that we also want to address. So we may not really enjoy the concentration that you actually, or the attention you actually deserve. So try as much as possible to report your issue earlier, as soon as possible, before a day or a day or 2 days before the class. Don't wait until the day of the class, you're telling us that you have this, you have that. Okay, so this is the procedure to get your SPSS installed. Okay, and this concludes our class for today. So I will share the attendance link inside the chat box. So please click on it and fill it up. and try to submit the attendance. Now you were saying that you have, hold on, I'm coming. I can't leave Mendeley with word. So, what stage are you? What happened? Are you with your computer? Hello? Are you with your computer?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
You
I can install menu site for Microsoft Word. That option is not working for me.
What is not working?
Some error went wrong.
Something went wrong. What went wrong?
Successfully installed Mendeley, but the option install Mendeley site for Microsoft Word. That option is not working.
Okay. Can you share your screen? Is it possible? Are you with your computer?
Okay, sir. Sir, is it visible?
Yes. Aha. Okay. Hold on. Wait. I said hold on. First of all, close this. Close this. Yes. Minimize the screen. Open a Word file. Let's see. Open a Word file on your computer. Let's see. No, just right click. Just like your desktop, right? No, close this. Close this. Yes. Right click your desktop. Right click. Yes, anywhere. Yes, go to new. Then click on Microsoft Word documents. Yes. Now double click on it. Okay, go to references. References. Okay, so now, no, relax. So now that means you don't have, okay, that means you don't have the something. Okay, now minimize this. Now go back to your Mendeley. Now go to tools. Tools. Okay. Now install Mendeley site for Microsoft Word. Yes. Something went wrong. Hold on. Go to Okay. No problem. Now close this. Now copy. Wait. Copy the URL. Copy the URL.
Okay, sir.
Complete URL. Complete URL.
Okay, sir.
Just Control A. No, don't just highlight. Not like that. Control A. Okay. Like you. Wait. What should you do? Okay. Close this dialog. Let's see. Close. Now click on the browser. Click on the browser. No, I didn't say you should open a new browser. Hold on, wait. Look here. Oh no. Can you see my drawing? Now, copy this link. Copy this link. Copy this link.
Okay.
No, you don't need to select like that. Just Control A.
Okay.
Click on it. No, not apply. Click on the link itself, not here. Click on the link on the URL. Click, just click. Aha, aha. Now Control C. Type Control C. Have you pressed Control C?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now keep it like that. Come to your display. Come here and just click on Open in Word. Let's see. Open in Word.
Sir, I'm not clear, sir.
You can see Open in Word, right? Open in Word. No. I didn't say to change your tab. Yes, this place. Click on Open in Word. Open it. Yes, click on it.
Okay,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. Click on yes. Open yes, please. Open Office. Yes. Click on that. Okay, hold on.
Yes.
File contain virus that can be harmful to your computer. Say yes. Which one, please? Just hold on. Hold on. Wait. Just hold on. Wait. Launch after your okay. Close the Word file. Close this one too. Now minimize this page. Minimize this one as well. Minimize this as well. Now double click on the Word file again. Now check the references tab. Click on the references tab. Still not there?
So
Hold
it
on.
is
Yes, I know. Close the reference tab. And yes, close the file again. Go back to your there's a browser here. Click on the Google Chrome. The Chrome. Okay. Now here, click on Open in Word again. Open in Word. Yes. Open of yes. Do this. Say yes. There's an instruction here. This is page 1 of 2, right? Okay, click on this URL. Yes. Once you're done, it will open. Open a word online. Click on open a word online. Click continue. This is online. This is not this right. Did you use your Lincoln email to register?
Pardon, sir?
Did you use your Lincoln email to register?
I can clear.
Did you use your Lincoln email to register?
No, sir.
Which email did you use? Gmail?
Sir, it's not clear. Question is not clear.
Which email ID did you use to register?
Call Gmail ID.
The one they gave you, your Lincoln email ID. Okay, if that is the case, hold on, close this.
Okay.
Go back to the main daily, please. This Word file, close this one. Look at the Word file you open. There's a Word file, yes. Close this one too. Okay, go to your Mendeley file. Go to your Mendeley application. Okay, now click on tools again. Click on that second option, yes. The second one, yes. No, the Mendeley site for Microsoft Word. Yes, click on it. Now, wait. Don't click on get it yet. Oh. I want you to copy this URL. No. Click on the URL. Just click on the URL. Click on this URL. Aha. So Control C it. Control C. Have you press Control C?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now go to Chrome. Go to Chrome.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Open a new tab in Chrome. Yes. Then Control V it here. Then press Enter. This is what you get it still. No issue. Okay, go back to the you have Mendeley site here. Okay, click anywhere here. Click outside. No, go back to the Chrome.
Okay, sir.
Click outside. Click any white space. No, any white space. Click any white space. No. White space. Okay. Click here. Just click. Just see the red drawing, right? Just click. Aha. So now, click here. Now, wait. Okay. Click this.
Open in Word.
Yes, please. Then click here. Then open Office. Say yes. Use your use your Lincoln email. Oh, the launch. I think they changed the procedure. What's the adding?
Can I click on this link, sir?
No, don't click on the link. Go to your go to your come in. Please hold on. Please hold on. Hold on for a while. I'm trying to find. Okay, 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 okay. So now, click on open in Word. Click yes. Okay, so minimize this. Minimize this. So minimize this as well. Minimize this as well. Minimize this. So double click on the word file. Open, yes. Okay, now go to insert. Insert tab. Insert tab, yes. Click on it.
Yes.
Now look at my apps. Look at this place. So click on it. No apps has been installed. It wasn't installed. Okay. Click on store. Refresh. Let's see. No, I mean refresh on that particular page. There's a refresh button, right? There's a refresh button here. Oh. Nothing is happening.
Yes, but there is no change.
Okay, no problem. Click on store. Let's see. Store. Nothing is shown. Okay, go back to my apps. Office store. Nothing is listed. Try to click on this store icon, close this one, and check this store icon. Close this, yes. Check this store icon. Office store. Let's see. Okay, nothing is still showing. Okay, fine. Go to file. Let me see something. File. Accounts. 13. Okay. Please go back to the Chrome. Click on open in Word. Click on yes. Yes. Okay, what we're going to do, this I've not come across this before. Just hold on. Go to, you can see that you have two offices, right? Two office files.
Yes, sir.
Now, this second one, yes, this one, can you send me this file?
Can I close this, sir?
No, don't close. I want you to save this. Is it possible? Click on file. No, not this one. No, the other one. Close the one, yes. This one. Click on file. Then click on save. Can you save and send me this file? Send me this file. Please send me this file. Before the end of today, I will tell you what to do. And it will work. You can send it to my WhatsApp. Okay?
Okay, sir.
All right. So thank you. I think they changed some of the something. So why it's not working should be straightforward. So I don't know why it's giving you this issue. Another thing I want you to do, wait, please. Click on this open in Word. Take a screenshot of this. Wait. Oh, hold on. Just wait. Let me just take it from here. Okay. This hold on. Okay. Okay, don't worry. I will get back to you before the end of today.
Can I take the screenshot?
I've already taken it. Don't worry. Okay? So just relax. I will tell you what to do later.
Okay, sir.
But send me that other file. Send me that Word file.
Okay, sir.
Please. Right. So any question from from others? Is there any other person facing the same challenge? Is there anyone facing the same problem? Okay, I assume that nobody is facing this issue. So I will address this and I will get back to you before the end of today. Okay, so thank you. Please stop sharing. Please try to submit your attendance. So see you again in our next class. All right, thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.